Hey PokeMoshPit, it's Moody here, and I'm bringing you another Little Cup battle against a fellow PMP director, Magnitude. And here I decide I want to try out dual screen Snivy, just to see how it works. Because due to popular demand, people wanted to see some Snivy. I brought you Snivy. And I decided to go for a Reflect first because Sandshrew are usually physical, just in case he decides to attack me with something. And then I decided to go for a Light Screen just so I have defenses on both sides, special and physical. And here he sends in Joltik, so I'm fearing maybe Hidden Power Ice, and I go into my Pharaoh Seed in order to take the special move, because Pharaoh Seeds are really especially bulky, so it's not going to do a lot of damage, especially with the screen up and Eviolite. So he goes into Bagon, and I'm fearing a fire move, so I go into Chinchou, and once again, with the screens up, it does not do any damage at all. And I go for Hidden Power Ice, because I feel like since I'm Scarfed, I'm going to outspeed it, and he goes into Pansage. I guess he expected me to go for an electric move, and here, just in case he's faster than me, I don't want to risk it, so I go into my Pharaoh Seed, and he predicted that and went for the Hidden Power Fire, but Hidden Power Fire with screens does not do a lot to Pharaoh Seed at all, because Pharaoh Seed is a beast. So I decide here's a good opportunity for me to set up my spikes. I know he has a Rapid Spinner on his team. Sandshrew is probably his Rapid Spinner, but I can easily block that with Frillish, so I feel safe just letting Pharaoh Seed set up spikes here, especially since a lot of his Pokemon are not... He doesn't really have any flying types on his team, so any Pokemon that's going to come in is going to take at least 1/4 damage. So I send in my Chinchou thinking he's going to go for Hidden Power Fire again as my screen wears off, but he predicted that and he went for the Energy Ball, and unfortunately I lose my Chinchou. So here I go into my Carvanha because it's the fastest thing I have on this team, and I want to be able to kill this Pansage easily. So as I get my speed boost up, I just go for the Crunch in order to get rid of this thing and not have to deal with it anymore. And as I get my speed boost, I'm at +2, but I don't want to risk this Joltik being faster than me still. So I switch into Carvanha into Gliscor, fearing the electric move, and he does go for Volt Switch, so it doesn't affect Gliscor because I'm a ground type. Gligar, excuse me, because I'm a ground type, so he goes into Sandshrew. I Stealth Rock as he goes into Sandshrew, and I decide to go into my Frillish because I feel like he's going to try and Rapid Spin away all my entry hazards. And here I decide to go for Will-O-Wisp with Frillish because Sandshrew is probably physical. And he is physical, so his Night Slash does not do anything. And unfortunately for him, Night Slash was disabled by Cursed Body. I think Cursed Body has like a 30% chance of being disabled. So he goes into Squirtle, fearing the Water move. And Squirtle does resist it, but it still does a decent amount of damage. And he does have Oranberry on Squirtle, so I decide to just hit Squirtle right now and see what he has, because I don't really think he can hit me. And he does go for Ice Punch, and Ice Punch does not do anything at all to me. And he sends in Meowth, predicting me to go for the Shadow Ball again, and because Meowth is a normal type and Shadow Ball is a ghost type move, it's not going to affect him. And I go into my Gliscor, fearing a physical move, and he goes for a U-turn, so being a flying type, I also resist that. And he goes into Squirtle, probably trying to go for another Ice Punch, but I stay in because I figure I can maybe live at least one because I'm Eviolite. So I actually outspeed it and go for an Aerial Ace. And he sends in Joltik, so I figure I'm going to switch because Gligar cannot take special hits very well. It's more of a physical, and I go into my Frillish thinking maybe Hidden Power Ice again on Gliscor, so he actually predicts that and goes for an Energy Ball. Unfortunately, the Energy Ball gets disabled by Cursed Body, so he's left to struggle because he's choiced, and I just finish him off with his Surf. And that's the end of Joltik. So he sends in Meowth again, probably going to go for a Dark type move. I figure I'm going to stay in since I died to Stealth Rocks if I switched anyway, and Frillish is taken out. And I go into my Gliss score again because I'm physical. I'll be able to take any move he has, and I take it fairly well, and he's gonna die to Life Orb. I should have roosted here, but I wasn't actually paying attention to the Life Orb damage. So he sends in Bagon. I'm thinking Outrage is going to come my way, so I'm going to go into my Ferroseed and be able to resist that because I'm a Steel type. Unfortunately, Ferroseed actually goes down to that, so judging by the amount of damage it did, I'm thinking it's probably choice banded, so I'm going to go into my Carvanha and go for a Protect in order to stall out his Outrage and get my speed boost up so I can guarantee that I'm going to be faster than it. So I substitute down in order to stall it out a bit more just in case he hurts himself, and he does hurt himself, and I get another speed boost, so I will be able to outspeed it for sure and hit it with a crunch. And so Bagon goes down and I get one more speed boost as he goes into his last Pokemon, which is Sandshrew, and I'm able to waterfall Sandshrew for super effective damage, and that's going to be a good game. Good game, Magnitude, and comment, rate, subscribe, MoshPit. Later, guys.